All right guys, I'm here with my man Emond. I saw him the other day out and about, gave him a card, told him if he wanted a free haircut to hit me up. He's actually the first one to hit me up that I've seen out and about. So I'm stoked today. And guys, I got a new camera. This thing gonna follow me around so I can tell you guys what we're doing during this haircut, and we got it up here so you guys can see it up close and personal. So we're gonna be doing a low taper with a little shape up on the fro, nice sharp lineup. We'll probably throw a little bit of fibers on there and get him extra crispy. You know, I gotta show out. I popped up on him and told him I'll give him a free haircut, so we gotta make sure he leaves here impressed. Usually we go to the clipper wall, but I just got the matte black FXOnes, and that's what we're gonna be using today. All right guys, I'm gonna start just by combing out the area that we're gonna cut in. Before we freehand and shape the whole afro, I will pick the rest out, but we're just gonna start with this taper. So I'm just gonna start right here, comb it out a little bit, and then we'll get started. All right guys, the first thing I'm gonna do is kind of come in and clear this area right here that we're gonna taper. I combed it out very carefully, the clipper. I'm gonna use it halfway open just for some safety. And I'm just gonna freehand this shape that I want coming off of where the taper is gonna be up into the length on top. So that is the thing I love about cutting this texture. Once you comb it out, you can freehand it, shape. I told a landscaper one time that I love to come and try to trim a bush perfectly shaped and round, because this is essentially the same thing. So we can just freehand here. We're gonna do the same thing on top when we clean him up. We're basically just creating this shape for this taper, kind of come back here behind the ear. It's a little bit long, and we'll do the same thing. And we'll do the same thing in the back as well. And then we're just gonna tie our clipper work right up into it. All right, so first thing we're gonna do is start our low guideline. He wants a low taper, so we're gonna leave most of the C-cup. Really, a lot of this up here we're not even gonna touch. We're just gonna go through it to make sure that it's clean. So we're gonna punch in our guideline. I'm gonna go ahead and scoop and get all this hair off his face. We'll hit it with the shaver, and then we'll come in and start our first step. Now we're gonna come in, lever all the way open, and we don't have a ton of room here, so we're gonna keep the guidelines about probably a ½ inch, maybe even a little bit smaller. So we're gonna set an open guideline. Now I can immediately close it up. Favorite thing about these new FXOnes with the MIM blade is it will take the guideline out from the closed clipper. If you guys have been watching the channel for a while, I used to use a taper blade and it would not ever take the line out. So back in the day, we used the trimmer first. Now we can just go straight to the clipper. Makes things a lot easier. And these clippers are just phenomenal. If you guys do want to see the unboxing, I just dropped it not long ago. So you guys, I'll link it at the end of the video so you guys can check it out. You guys can see already, because he's not far from getting a haircut, we're already starting to look blended. We just got some dark right here. And now we'll tackle that next. All right, so we got a little bit of a lip here, some curl that's a little bit inconsistent. So I'm gonna start with my number 2. I'm gonna go half open just for safety. And I just wanna create an even panel to fade into. So no different than any other haircut I would do. One of the first things I do, which we freehanded, now we're just basically tying into that freehand with a number 2. And then we know that everything underneath it is a 2, and we can fade up into it. So now I'll just go right under that. I'm gonna close it up and just make sure that it's consistent. You guys can see we're not really cutting anything. But once it's consistent, we can come in underneath here and start our next guideline. Matter of fact, I changed my mind. I'm just gonna fade down. That was a 2 close. This is a 1.5 close. And we're not looking to make a guideline. We're just wanting to soften this up as we go. We'll just work our way down. So once we do the 1.5, we'll go back to the 1, all the way down to the half guard, and we'll be done with this side. Now we're in with the 1 guard all the way open, trying to blend into the 1.5 that's above it. So we're getting close to the end here. We should start to see this guideline lighten up as we work our way down. Now we can close it. You can hear it cutting a little bit. Not a lot left to cut. It's almost done. We got a little bit of a line right there that we'll get with our half guard. And we can detail this. I'll probably go ahead and line it up first, and then we can detail it. We got a little bit of hair here. And that's the tough thing about this texture. Every time you comb it, it looks a little bit different. So you just want to brush it down, comb it down until it looks consistent, and then we can move on. Last but not least, half guard, half open. Just on that last line that we see right here, there's honestly not a whole lot left. You can see how nice and easy this taper was. I'm not loving how this little line right here is looking, so I'm gonna comb it back out. I'm gonna come in very carefully because we're pretty much done with the taper. I'm just trying to lighten it up. For some reason, we just got some little bit of curl landing on that fade that I don't like, so we're just gonna soften it up. If the 1.5 doesn't get it, we can go back to the 1. And then we'll be done with this. We'll move on to the other side and the back taper. All right guys, I'm gonna go ahead and turn them around. We're gonna do the other taper, and then we'll do the back, and then I will get back with you guys when we get to the lineup. All right guys, everything is shaped up. We're gonna come in, line up around the ears. I already put some hairspray on his front hairline so that it could be solidifying, so when I come in, everything's not moving around on me. So we're just going to line him up with taking off as little as possible. We wanna give him a nice sharp line going down his taper. I can pretty much see where it was last time. And these are the black low pro FXOnes with the DLC 2.0 blade. And these things are crazy. So I've actually had these for a while. You guys have definitely seen them on the channel before. So nothing new here, but these are my hitters. At first I thought my gold ones were my sharp ones, but these black ones, once they got broken in, super nice. So you guys see we're gonna just keep brushing the hair out. It's one of them situations where every time we brush it, it's gonna look a little different. So we just wanna brush it out, hit the line, brush it out, hit the line again. Same thing, especially over here around the ear, because we actually have full curls instead of just a little bit of hair. So we just want to work our way around a couple times until we get a nice clean line. We'll move on to the other side and we'll finish up at the front. All right, now we're gonna work on the front hairline and the C-cup. So I'm gonna start on the top corner of the C-cup, taking off as little as possible. I'm gonna look down here where the hair starts, and I'm gonna round up into that initial line that I started with. All right, so now I'm gonna start on his hairline. We wanna take off as little as possible. We're gonna go from one side across the middle. We kinda know where our bottom of our vertical bars are from where we hit our C-cut. Just work our way across. I like to just go little by little so I don't take too much off. Get the line as sharp as possible, but we wanna take off as little as possible. All right guys, now I'm gonna add a little statement grooming spray for a little moisture, a little bit of some shiny moisturizing product in there, and then we'll curl sponge it. You guys can check it out. All right guys, that is it for the cut. Low taper, nice and sharp. Big cleanup on the curls. Definitely a nice shape there. It was kind of crazy and overgrown. You can see now we got a super sharp line on there, nice taper, and a little bit of shape on that fro. So if you guys did like this video, make sure you smash that thumbs up and leave me a comment down below if you liked it. And make sure you guys check out that video right there, and I'll catch you guys next time.